to be more of a punter than a kicker.
So the Titans get the ball to the edge of the red zone, but the field goal attempt goes wide there, and Camas will take over. Eagle in motion on the fly sweep. Good job again by the line to pull out and provide some holes for him. He'll pick up about 7.
Eagle once again, I mean, second team all-league kid last season as a sophomore, just playing better and better each week. I mean, offensively and defensively, anytime that kid gets the ball in his hand, he's a dangerous threat.
Really nice job, too, by Drew Clarkson, who's been the pulling guard on a lot of those sweeps. Beasley back in now. Dives forward for maybe a yard or so. It's the one thing that Union defense has done well so far. They've not really been hit hard by that 15 to 20 to 25-yard run that we saw so often.
Yeah, they've done a good job. Skyview had a lot of problems with that. Drew Clarkson, you mentioned, he's been phenomenal all year long. He's been that guy, so expect more of that from him.
He is great with the pulls.
Yep.
They go to a little hurry up. 3rd and short. Hennessy just an easy touch and put it in behind his receiver that time. They were just running a simple route, and he really did not get a good delivery on the ball to Dylan White. So a 4th and short now for the Papermakers inside their own 30-yard line. Alcobendas back in punt formation. Titans setting up the show return. Alcobendas, a low-line driver, and Evans will take that at the 33-yard line. Decent return out to about the 43, about 10 on the return, and Union's offense will go back to work here in the second quarter.
Our training sessions during the latter part of the summer, Nolan Henry would bring out Trent, Trevay, and Bryce Evans with him, and all 3 of those kids, extremely hard workers. They were, at the top of most of my list, so I really like those kids.
Explain that a little bit more for folks who aren't familiar with that drill, with that exercise, what it entails.
So through the football academy, we're bringing out the top, skill position players from Oregon and Washington and letting them compete against one another, and those are the 4 kids that came out and were able to do that the latter part of the summer. So we got to know them a little bit and watch, what they were able to do. So very interesting.
Ensley left side. He's the speedier of the backs, although Ciafele is pretty good once he gets up to speed, but Ensley quicker off the gun. Found a nice seam left side that time, and they're going to spot him inches short of a first down.
Been really impressed with Trevay all year long. He's had a really good season. As we just saw, a lot of good speed, outstanding athlete.
Second and short. Yep, good decision to try the play action, and they'll try to go home run ball into double coverage. Tipped, incomplete. Eagle there on the coverage along with Maloney. Trying to see who the intended receiver was on that. I think that was Cowan, wasn't it?
Yeah, okay.
Cowan. Yeah.
Did a good job of breaking that up.
Yeah.
He became the defender on that.
His size an advantage against the 5'9" Eagle there. Otherwise, it's a pick. So a good time to take a crack at it on that 2nd and inches, and now they can go back and try to pick up the first down here. But Camas is going to load the box. 5 on the line and about 9 in the box. Good stutter step by Ciafele, but he's got to do it all on his own, and he's not going to get there.
Great defense right there. Dylan White comes up with a stick.
Yep. White there along with Jason Vilea for the Papermakers, and it'll be a 4th down.
Camas doesn't mess up on too many assignments. They seem to be where they need to be on most plays. Not only they're super talented, but, as we saw with that deep ball, they had a couple guys back there and made the proper adjustments.
4th and inches again. Matt Walker assisting on the last tackle. Let's see what they do here. Same formation, quarterback dive, and a good line surge that time on the quick snap will be more than enough for the first down at the 43-yard line. They'll get about a 4-yard push out of that quick hitter.
Nolan couldn't say enough good things about his line. I mean, coming into this season, that was one thing they were concerned about. And some of those guys, sophomores, juniors, have stepped up and done a really good job.
Middle second quarter. Camas on a touchdown pass, Hennessy to Eagle. The conversion snap was bad. They lead at 6-0 as Union drives into Papermaker territory. Cowan, the sole wide receiver here. Ensley right side has good blockers. White getting inside but didn't take a good angle. And Ensley will pick up the first down. White was pursuing him, but the angle he took to get through the interference made him miss the tackle. He's got good speed for a big kid too.
Does, very good.
And in all honesty, I think he's probably a better basketball player than he's a football player, and he's a darn good football player.
With him back and then everybody else with Norcross, that's pretty filthy.
We see that acceleration for Ensley, and that's another spot. When we watched him against Jesuit, it was fly sweeps that went nowhere.
Nowhere.
And he's getting a much better acceleration at the point of attack now.
Yep.
Picked up another first. Got about 10.5 on the carry. Ciafele banging through the line. Good lean forward after the first contact. Give him 5 or 6 more.
That's his game. I mean, 5 or 6 yards a carry. He's not looking to break anything too big. Not that he wouldn't, but you know, it's one of those things where they're content with him 5, 6 yards a carry. Nolan, as a sophomore, has done an outstanding job with game management. 5 touchdowns, no picks, not huge numbers or anything like that, but done a very good job not turning the ball over. Hence, they're 5-1.
But you're right. It's real easy for people to forget that he's just a sophomore.
Yep.
Ensley, who came in for Ciafele, bouncing, and the ball popped loose, still down on the ground, scramble for it. Looks more like a wrestling official in there. Camas still signaling that it's their football. The officials have not signaled either direction yet. And it is Camas football. The officials are just trying to untie everybody, I think. And it's Eagle coming out of the stack with the football. Ensley had it, lost it, appeared to fall on top of it and have it squirt again. And Eagle comes out of the pack with the ball. Big play right there, Jordan, and shuts down a drive that was being very effective for Union.
Yeah, the do-it-all kid comes up with a fumble recovery there. Zach Eagle once again getting in the mix and fighting away, getting the football away from Trevay.
Big emotional lift here for the Papermakers, and even more so if they're able to capitalize on it. They get decent field position at their own 32-yard line to start it out. Beasley with a horde of blockers out in front of him. Bounces off his own wide receiver, though, and I think flag thrown late, and that may be a face mask. I think he danced and dodged a little too much on that one.
Yeah, he's when we saw him a few weeks ago, he was hitting the corner and getting upfield. Right now, he's a little more east-west. Nathan Beasley, a 4-point student, 3-sport athlete, also plays soccer. He's going to be a good one.
It is a face mask call against Union. And it'll be the 5-yard penalty, so Camas will not pick up a first down from it. They'll spot it to the 39.
Give a lot of props to these Southwest Washington fans.
Chance here to go big, 1st and 3, if John Eagle decides to open it up a little bit. Well, they'll dive it and go after the first down. Great job by Beasley. Got the hand down to keep balance and goes forward all the way to the 49-yard line on that first down. A lot of guys are down after 2 on that. He turned it into 10.
That's what we kind of talked about before is Beasley's unique body control. He's able to, run, obviously, but also maintain balance. From
the Camas 49-yard line. They'll bubble it out to Beasley. Good job of pursuit by Union, and he'll get a yard out of it with pretty good individual effort. It looked as though he was going to get bobbled up for a loss, but he was able to take it forward and make a play out of it after he first got hit by Kevin Grimstead for Union. Interesting call there when they've been moving the ball well. They decided to run a little swing out. And Union alert to it in a hurry. Now Beasley, whole left side, trying to weave it outside. Good slide down the line, and he'll be dropped for about a 2-yard loss. Might have been guilty of trying to make too much out of too little there, and Ciafele dragged him down.
2 top backs in the conference going toe-to-toe right there.
Takes one to know one, right? So now, from the comfort moments ago, they now have a 3rd and 12 situation. Play action a lot of time, try to run wheel route. That's well covered, and Hennessy will have to sprint it. They were trying to run Beasley down the sideline, and Union covered that really well.
Union's done a very good job defensively thus far, just containing Beasley. Beasley hasn't been able to be contained. So
well, and the other thing is a lot of times, that wheel, you're getting the ISO on the backer. Mm-hmm. You've got speed with your back normally, but when that backer's Ciafele, who's a running back himself with pretty good speed, it's a much better defended pass.
Very good point.
Alcabendis from the Union 49-yard line is where they'll snap it. And a whistle before we can get the play. Timeout taken by Union. Interesting call there on a 4th and 9. Of course, it is plus side, so maybe Cale Pilon wants to alert his team a little bit more, just keep them aware of that possibility. And they'll take a timeout. 3:40 to play here before halftime. A very quickly paced ball game so far with a lot of the rushing attack.
Absolutely.
Anything you've seen that's been a surprise to you so far?
Union's done a good job on that outside contain, keeping them in. I think Camas has beat people up all season long doing that, especially with Beasley's speed, so kudos to them for doing that. Just a side note, these crowds that they got in Southwest Washington are extremely impressive.
You like that, huh?
Camas was ridiculous last time we went out there.
Well, and if you can see, they have packed the far side stands. This, the second game of a doubleheader, they had a 3A game at 5 o'clock. But the parking lot and the surrounding street areas, as you can attest to, were crowded for quite some time.
It is absurd.
All right, we'll see if the Titans change their assignments a little bit here defensively. Alcabendis, a good field of the snap, and a short kick, trying to coffin corner it a little bit, and it'll roll out nicely at about the 12-yard line. Field position game here, and now Union really needs to at least get one first down out of this to not give Camas a scoring chance before halftime, I would think.
Yeah, you want some momentum, obviously, going into half, so you want to be smart.
Yeah, you don't want a 3 and out here, and you don't want to have to punt from inside your own 20.
Yep. Between Alcabendis and Cowan, you're not going to find 2 better kicker/punters going against one another all year long. So that's be fun to watch.
Ensley is the deep back in this power eye as Ciafele comes over to the sideline. And Ensley, a good job weaving his way through, found a seam, found a little crack, and gets it out to the 23-yard line. This will depend on the spot as to whether or not he got a first down on the carry. Great way for Union in their book to start that drive out, and it is enough for the first down.
Trevay is a kid that's pretty underrated. He's not a big kid, but he's got, as we've seen, some quicks and the ability to do some things after the run. So I really like him.
A little change up here this time as both Ciafele and Ensley are in the game, and they'll go just straight eye and go with 2 wide receivers for one of the few times tonight. Henry to the bottom, Cowan to the top. Straight pass that time. Little hook the bubble over the middle for Ciafele. Got by his blockers, and it's up to him now. Eagle will try to cut him down. Got a little help as well, but Ciafele takes the ball into Camas territory and another first down. And now, instead of wondering about avoiding a 3 and out, you start thinking about getting points on the board yourself before halftime.
Yeah, you got an outstanding kicker in Cowan. You only got, 20, 25 yards to get yourself in position, so we'll see what they do here.
Eagle and Payne combining on the tackle. Union with 2 timeouts remaining as the clock gets started again, goes under 3 minutes in the second quarter.
Great play call.
Yeah. And good job. Usually you need to get 3-4 guys screening there, and he was able to get by them in a hurry. Ciafele head down as he makes contact, and he'll go for about 2 more into the middle of the Camas defensive unit. And the guy we've talked about a whole bunch offensively for his job in the line, Dane Clarkson, leading the tacklers on defense that time for the Papermakers.
Clarkson's just been all over the field all season long. He's just one of the best linemen in the entire conference.
We continue in a downpour. Ensley, the motion man. Boy, somebody did a great job through the line. Guess who? Clarkson. I had to wait to see the number. He almost could have taken the handoff. He beat his blocker so badly.
6'4", 275, another junior. And I mean, between him and Durrett, those are 2 kids that we're going to see for years to come.
Interesting to see whether John Eagle and his defensive staff have decided that on that fly sweep motion, they're just going to shoot that gap no matter what and try to get upfield.
Yep.
And we'll see what Cale Pilon might do to counter that. You know, if you can fake that and get influence blocking to get him to the outside, your tailback can take off. Trips right for the first time. Ensley is the wide man along with Evans and Cowan. A 3rd and 10 situation for the Titans. Ciafele, the blocking protection. Tough toss, incomplete. Well, a lot of white shirts in that area. Good zone coverage that time, and there was not a lot of room to force that one through. Maloney for Camas was closest to it.
Maloney's another very talented kid.
So they got enough yardage and they got enough time here that they should be in semi-decent shape depending on where this punt winds up. And Cowan will have a chance to try to angle for a corner a little bit too. Just kind of kick it away from Eagle, I would think, and go for that right coffin corner, but we'll see. Remember, they've already run for first down once, but this one's a 4th and 10, and that's asking a lot. Ciafele slides on the protection, and Cowan will try for that little pooch punt. It's over the head of Eagle. It took a left-hand turn, and they couldn't quite get it down. You'd run that one into the end zone, which I believe Ciafele did. Got to try to save it instead, but it's a touchback, and the Papermakers will have it at their own 20-yard line with 72 seconds remaining till halftime.
Impressed with the way Union's come out and played. I mean, Camas last time blew Skyview out of the water, and I think Union's really showed up tonight, and we'll see if they can do it in the second half, but so far they're doing a pretty good job.
I think my biggest surprise is that the score is this low before halftime. I didn't expect, 35-35 at the intermission, but I did expect more than 6-0.
Yep.
Hennessy with time. Tried to find wheel route. That's again covered, and he's going to have to run it himself. He'll get 3 or 4 yards. The secondary, the backers, are doing a good job.
Absolutely. Riley Hennessy's another kid. As he scrambles and gets out of the pocket, he shows off that athleticism. You can see that the kid has got some of those intangibles you can't teach. So he can compete with his arm, but he can also take off and run.
He's a little bit quicker with the feet than Henry right now.
Yes. Good-sized kid, too.
Hennessy checking with the sideline briefly as we go under 40 seconds. Titans cushion a little bit more. Hook route for Eagle. Found him in between the seams, and a nice sliding catch for a first down at the 40-yard line. Just a simple little hook right between the 2 layers, Jordan.
Yeah, it's the second or third time we've seen that. So, keep going back to it as long as it's working.
Yeah, the thing I like about Hennessy and what makes it so easy for his receivers, he more than most high school quarterbacks delivers the ball early. So when you turn and make that break, it's clean. You don't have a defender hanging on to you.
Everyone knows where they need to be. They're not anticipation's great.
Watch the reverse. Yep, little pitch for Eagle. Ciafele in pursuit, can't get to him. Quarterback with a lead block for him, and he'll smash off a couple tacklers and get pushed out of bounds. A late flag thrown at the 49-yard line. This will be enough to get the Papermakers a first down.
That's tough right there because that's going to not put you in field goal position, but make it a little closer.
He was still going inbounds and got knocked out of bounds, so we'll see what the call is on that one. I did not see a personal foul, to be real honest. Face mask, all right, we couldn't see that, and that one we'll live with. I didn't see a twist around, but that one's going to be 15, and now gives a chance maybe for Hennessy to fling one deep with 8 seconds to go. 37-yard line, and I wouldn't be surprised as we see him coming to the bottom of the screen, big Dylan White. You just get him to the corner of the end zone and either he or Norcross try to alley-oop it for him. But White, big size, big man rebounder, and we'll see. And Camas is going to go ahead and take a timeout and decide what they're going to do. White listed at 6'6", and believe me, he's all of that and with some hops as well. And that's probably the best thing I'd say they could throw right here.
With this junior group that they have here and Skyline losing, all those guys, I think Camas is a legit #1 team coming into the season next year.
Could well be. I think they're thinking about what they can do to make their mark this year even. I mean, if it's me, I send Eagle down the middle, draw some of the defense, let White get out there with 1, maybe 2 defenders and lob it. I don't know. I love speculating, don't you? That's what's half the fun.
Yeah, well, maybe he heard you.
We'll see.
Yeah, White's a big boy.
The nicest thing about tonight's game, we can actually read the uniform numbers.
Yeah, it's been kind of tough.
Last week we were in Tigard, Oregon, where they got some fancy uniforms a few weeks ago from Nike that were black numbers on black shirts. They had to take them back in to fix them. The fix was using about 1 millimeter of white thread around the numbers. They're still illegible. Nope, they're trying to go under instead. Incomplete for Maloney. Tried to get a little bit, maybe to look for an Alcobendas field goal instead. Because it'd be 55 in the rain here, and I don't think they're going to be real successful with that one. Nope, they're bringing him out, though. Oh, man. Where's the lob to Dylan White, Coach? I got to get my ESP connection going better.
Yeah.
That's it. I had a bad Bluetooth signal down to the bench, So they're going to give him a 54-yard attempt. Eagle is the holder. Alcobendas does have this leg, but remember, he's kicking into rain. He's kicking into maybe a little bit of wind for the first time, with the rain first time for sure. It's a great surface. We'll see how it goes. From 54 yards away, left hash. We saw him miss one from 52. It's going to be short. Pulled it a little bit to the left and left it short as well. I don't think it would have gotten over the crossbar had he been on target. So a well-played, low-scoring first half comes to an end as the Camas Papermakers, trying to remain undefeated, trying to claim their first ever Greater St. Helens League Class 4A title, and the Union Titans, who are also still undefeated in league play, trying to do their best to hang on to that crown, which was won by Skyview a year ago. At the intermission, it's Camas 6 and Union nothing. You're watching Friday Night Football on PlayOnSports.com. We invite you to stay tuned for our halftime show with the Union High School Band. We'll have that for you coming up in just a minute. Again at the break, Camas 6, Union nothing. On PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
That's good stuff. All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
one match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
one match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back to McKenzie Stadium in Vancouver, Washington, in PlayOnSports.com's Friday Night Football. Getting ready to start the second half of this Greater St. Helens League Class 4A showdown between the Camas Papermakers and the Union Titans, both among the state's top-ranked 4A teams. Camas leading at 6-0. And Jordan Johnson, I think this is the interesting time now, the next 15, 20 minutes, to see who adjusts and who made the best adjustments at halftime.
Both teams are obviously extremely talented, so we'll see what they can do to combat what they did in the first half.
Trevay Ensley and Leon Ciafele are back deep for the kick from Alcobendas, although those generally travel over the goal line. And we'll see what happens here as we get the third quarter underway. It is a good 5 yards deep, and there is nothing, again, under high school rules that Mr. Ensley can do about it. Save, stop, and hand the ball to the official. So Union has been playing with a mostly power running formation, had pretty good ground control. A turnover stopped their best drive of the first half. And one would suspect they'll continue to go to that. Tried one long downfield pass. Camas got theirs on a great pass to Eagle and a lot of yardage after the catch for their touchdown score.
With the weather the way it is, there's only so many adjustments you can make, so I think we're going to see just, who perfects what they did better in the second half.
There's the fake on the fly, and Ciafele dragging a couple tacklers. He'll get about 5 yards. If you joined us late, the original weather forecast was for a little bit of drizzle in the middle of the afternoon, then clear all night. Well, it has not stopped, and it hasn't drizzled either. We are already, according to Paul Valencia, who's here for the Columbian, they've been informed and told us that we've already set a record rainfall for this date.
Wow.
And it didn't even start till mid-afternoon. So once again, your friendly local neighborhood weather forecaster, the only man paid to be wrong. If we were that bad at predictions, we wouldn't be working anymore. Ciafele. Give that one to Trevay Ensley, rather, carrying that time, and he'll pick up a couple. And another 3rd and short as they continue to try to run power football. Only problem with it is that it's gone to the tailback just about every time the backers are able to key. In fact, I don't think it's been to an up man once tonight, has it?
Not that I can remember. This Camas D now is in their zone too. They know what Union's going to do. So
Papermakers scramble a little bit here as the Titans break out of that set. Ensley and a play action face, naked boot, nowhere to go and got dropped. They brought pressure immediately from the backside and come up with the tackle.
Vincente Huber.
Yeah, Huber, who's a backup on defense. And again, John Eagle, based on formation and motion, has been sending those guys to the corners all night.
Doing a very good job. Vincente Huber is a perfect example of a kid that would start on most every team.
Yeah.
But as a backup, I mean, that kid's pretty ridiculous.
And a backup running back, and he's very effective there as well. Yep. So we go back to the original set of downs, back to the 20, and Cowan will be there. Eagle back set to return, standing just inside his own 45. Ciafele the motion man, and again they roll the little rollout and kick. It's got to be tough kicking that way. Fair catch, a late signal by Eagle right at the 44-yard line. They'll spot it at the 45 for some reason and call it a 35-yard punt with no return. Punters are so used to getting that acceleration straight ahead, and that little low line drive running rugby kick got to be tough sometimes for some kids.
Yeah, that luxury won't always be there, obviously, so take advantage of it while you have it.
So good field position for the Papermakers on their first possession of the second half. Beasley is the single setback behind Hennessy. Norcross flipping over the tight end as the Papermakers make a little adjustment here. The read to Beasley, and Hennessy, I think, has the corner on those, but he's on the mesh, much happier handing the ball to Beasley.
Beasley's been the guy thus far. They haven't had the big fullbacks in yet, so it's something they've obviously feel pretty comfortable just having Nate in there and
go to that heavy twins when they're in red zone or goal line.
Yep.
But their only score coming on long distance pass. A lot of run after the catch. Hennessy time. There's the slant in for Eagle again. Tried to wheel back to the outside and has stopped a yard short of the first down. Cowan on the tackle there. It's a good route.
Yeah.
They're going to give him that much cushion on the hook, and he gets it a 3rd and short. New personnel, and they go to the heavies in the backfield. Norcross with the lead blocker running Wildcat. We've seen it before, and Norcross will take it to the 42-yard line. That's the formation that got him 4 of his 5 touchdowns against Skyview, and a late flag thrown after the end of the play.
There's no secret as to what they're doing right there.
They just line him up as a tailback, and they just put him in behind Jason WIAA. Personal foul against Union will add to it. So march off big distance with that one and take it down to the 27-yard line of Union. That's a big balance shifter right there. So Norcross picks up a good gain, the personal foul after it, and now they're as deep as they have been. I think this is the deepest snap they've had in the ball game. A little toss underneath to White, through the middle, or to Eagle rather, through the middle bubble, broke a couple tackles, dives. They say he stepped out of bounds at about the 1.5-yard line. Another official is waving out of bounds up beyond the 10, but I don't think that one's going to count. He's over on the opposite side. There's the body control. Beasley has it, but Eagle has it as well, and it's 1st and goal, and here come the heavies for the Papermakers.
Zach Eagle is just ridiculous with that speed he has around that corner.
So it's Norcross and WIAA again. WIAA, the big Samoan, blocking back for him, and Norcross lining up in Wildcat. Off they go, left side. Norcross leaning forward. Good job. Nope, touchdown. The hands went up late. Little push and shove, a little jousting, no flag thrown. And Norcross appeared to be stopped originally short of the line of scrimmage, but took it in. So Norcross, who got 5 touchdowns against Skyview, 4 of them on plays very similar to that, picks up his 9th rushing touchdown of the year.
Just very tough to stop with him and WIAA.
Well, here we go. Who won the early adjustment battle? They got field position. They capitalize on the personal foul, and they'll go for 2 here, it appears, to try to make it 14. Little uncertainty as they check to the sidelines a couple of times. Long time on this one. They get it away in time and just try to throw the fade to the corner. Well defended and batted down, incomplete as they tried to lob it for Dylan White. There's the play that I was talking about at the end of the first half. They try to just isolate him, but that's well defended and broken up by the Union Titans as it goes incomplete on the 2-point conversion, and we will stay at 12-0. Is that Rick Kelsey on the on the coverage there to break that up? So 8.5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter, and first tally to Camas here in quarter number 3 as they capitalize on the field position battle, the relatively short punt. The personal foul really got it rolling for them, and then they take it into the end zone. The big play, the pass to Eagle. But again, simple route. He extends it so well, and that's his territory, that little middle area of the field.
Yeah, the athletes that they got and what they can do, I mean, it's very, very impressive.
So definitely not pressure yet on the Titans, but they need to try to get some offense on track here. And it's more a self-confidence thing, I think, than anything else. They don't necessarily need to have a scoring drive here, but they need to be productive.
Yeah, well, points would be good, obviously.
Absolutely be good for them.
Confidence-wise.
And remember, as we told you, in the game against Skyview, the Camas defense got much saltier and much better after halftime.
They seem to get better as the game goes along.
Alcobendis to kick once again. This one a little short, and it's going to be taken in the field of play. Don't see that happen too often. It doesn't matter much as the tackle's made right at the 20-yard line anyway. So the Titans will go back to work. In fact, they're going to spot it at about the 18-yard line. So
think we'll know a lot about what's going to happen in this game by this series. Right now, they're kind of got the bats against the wall, still inside the 20. We'll see what they can do to get out.
And not wanting to open things up too much in this heavy rain.
Yep.
First rain for those of you, again, from outside the area, the first rainfall measurable in months here, which is unlike the Northwest. And they'll bobble late as the man was not ruled down. Ball's loose. And a big turnover. Camas has come up with the football. Ensley, I think, was just straining and trying to get a little extra yardage. And the ball got knocked loose, and Jack Beal has it for Camas. This is the type of play that all of a sudden swings the momentum of a game.
Very similar to what we saw previous. And Camas, when they get this chance, they typically
tend to
will
jump on it,
stomp on you.
And all of a sudden, before you know it, it's 3 scores instead of 2.
Yep.
Huber in the backfield for one of the few times tonight. White will split to the bottom. Eagle in the slot to the left side inside of Norcross. Huber spins his way by a couple of tacklers, and he'll get about 4 yards there.
Camas gets up on you by, 18, 20, whatever it is. They feel real good about how they can play from that point on.
And they run the ball and run clock on you, too. Yep. Huber averages better than 8 yards a carry. 353 yards, 6 touchdowns for the season.
It's a nice backup.
I'll say. Same set again. Splits a little wider on the left side for the Papermaker line than they were in the first half. But Hennessy with time, hook route, incomplete. Nice little spin and circle right there by Eagle, but they didn't quite hook up on it. That's that rear route, that little outside plant, Jordan, that's become popular.
The 4th or 5th time I think we've seen something like that there.
He sells outside so well and then makes that spin to the inner zone.
Yep.
Almost every pass to him comes in that area, though.
Yep. Someone's going to jump that.
Yep. 3rd and 6 here. Huber staying in at the back. Ball bobbled by Hennessy. Tried to pick it up instead of falling on it, and it's a chance here. One official at the bottom of the screen says it's Camas ball. And a big mistake there by Hennessy, Jordan. That's one you got to fall on rather than trying to bend over and pick up.
Trying to do too much, and, that's where a little bit of that inexperience might come into play.
So they'll go to Alcabendis, and this would work as well for him as the 2-point conversion they missed a moment ago. If he can hit this one, it'll be a 41-yard field goal. And this is well within his striking range. Eagle is the holder. Troy Patterson, the snapper. Plenty of distance, and it looks like it's through. It is good from 41 yards away. That one could have gone plenty further. Nice relaxed swing that time by Alcabendis. And I think like many kids that age, anything that he knows within his range, he's much more comfortable. When he has to press, that's where you overswing a little bit.
Yeah, it's nice to have a kicker that 41-yarder is kind of like an extra point. So
I'll tell you what, you take all the quarterback mechanics and dynamics like you always do. I'll do the kicking part then. I know that's not in your area, is it? Okay.
You got
good.
the kicking
I'll
stuff,
take
buddy.
care of the
That's all
kickers.
you.
I can do that.
That's all you.
I have to find a niche in the organization somewhere. 6:48 to play in the 3rd quarter, and the field goal now makes it a 3-score game at 15-0. So, yes, Union prevents a touchdown, but the field goal is enough of a challenge for a team that's still trying to get on the board.
Yeah, Union might have to look into their bag of tricks right here and get something going because Camas is looking to, looking for the knockout punch right now.
Alcabendis getting set to kick off. Ensley and Ciafele back again. So we'll see if that 41-yarder took any steam out of his kickoff dynamics. Gets a high one and into the end zone again, and it's a touchback. You can see the frustration for Ensley. He wants to get a 10-point return.
Yeah, he knows.
He's ready to go, 100 plus, and he can't get it out of the end zone.
All these people here, this is the time when he wants to break one.
Yep. Great crowd on hand here at McKenzie Stadium in the east part of Vancouver. Union Titans and the Camas Papermakers have both been in the top 10 at times this season. And Jordan, you've got Camas number 2, and you got Union, bubbling on the edge
I got
right now?
I got Union at 10.
You did get them in at 10, okay.
I did. I really like Union. I think they're a very talented team. We're going to see it right here.
Ciafele carrying. Picks up 5 there. Titans continue to shuttle the personnel.
We saw Nolan throw the ball well against Jesuit earlier in the year. He hit Cowan a couple times on some routes, and he can throw the ball. I mean, he's a very, very talented QB.
Yep.
It's just Union offense likes to run.
They have not taken a lot of long downfield chances most of the season even. I mean, they're content with the multiple routes and the quick reads and breaks. And they'll see what they can get here. Ensley in the slot. Ciafele stays in the backfield with the trips left. And they'll try to run the little underneath. It's well read. Faked it and go underneath, and that is caught. Did he get it? Nope, they say incomplete. Eagle read it and tried to get underneath, and that ball was underthrown. They really sold the bubble screen that time and tried to release Evans down the sideline, and Eagle nearly picked it.
Yeah, 7th game of the season, and he still has 0 INT, so that's, Nolan doesn't throw a lot of picks.
Yeah. We're seeing, and for the Titans, I think that's a pretty big stretch in the offensive weaponry right now to go that far downfield in it.
And that's the problem right now. You get down by 2-3 touchdowns, and you just don't have the necessary play calling to go up top.
So a key spot here. They really need to get something going, and they have a 3rd and 5. They'll run it there, and the Papermakers are denying it in a hurry.
Camas just the gang tackle. I mean, they gang tackle as well as anybody. They hold them up and smack them, and they get to the ball so quick. It's just very, very impressive.
And there were a host of jerseys that time. Huber, the first guy to him from the backer spot. WIAA also there, and they bring up a 4th down situation. Cowan again having to boot from well within his own territory. And remember, you got Eagle, who have given a little crack of daylight, loves to take off with one himself. Better punt this time in terms of height. Eagle steps away from it. You're still going to be in good position are the Papermakers as it gets down right at the 39-yard line. Just a 37-yard punt for Cowan. So he's had his woes in the rain tonight just in terms of his overall distance. And again, John Eagle now with a 2-score lead and field position will be content to run it, but he knows if he needs to stretch things and open up, he's in a good spot to do so.
We work with a lot of those Federal Way kids that you were talking about earlier, and I'll put Camas up against them any day.
Yep.
Any day.
You still think Skyline's the team to beat right now?
I'm so impressed with Camas. I'm not going to go against Skyline, but, it would definitely be a battle. That's what's going to be fun is there's 2 or 3, 4 teams out of that group that can win it.
And it'll depend on the draw, too.
Yep.
Really a nice thread there through a tight window from Hennessy to Eagle for about 6 more. Both these quarterbacks are very precise.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very, very talented kids.
Interesting on first down. They went with a throw, but it loosens up the Titan defense again, and now Beasley comes back up the middle. He'll be about a half yard short of a first down.
If you go to the preview on Northwest Elite Index, you'll be able to see all the different statistics for Riley and Nolan on the season and all that good stuff.
They go to the heavy formation again. Norcross and WIAA in the backfield on this 3rd and short. Off they go. WIAA hits one. Norcross hits the next. And there's indicative of his power. Ball's loose, but it got out of bounds. Did they get possession in time? I don't think Union did. Every break kind of going Camas's way right now, even the little intangibles when they have a possible turnover. It stays with the Papermakers.
WIAA is just a beast. He came there and just pushed that kid back 7-8 yards.
I mean, they're not hiding a thing there. They go one direction almost every time. WIAA is going that way. Norcross is running behind him, and they'll just dare you to stop it.
Yeah.
And then we saw Norcross break it. If he gets out on the open, folks, you are going to see speed from that big man that you won't believe. Beasley forward. And he'll go for 5 more.
We saw Norcross go, 90?
90, yeah.
90 and quickly.
Right now, I mean, there's a way to go. That's the play of the year in my book from
Yeah.
what we've seen so far this season.
He was cruising.
There should be a lot of schools mailing him things within the parameters, of course. Lots of letters as fast as possible. Eagle, little bubble. He's going to fall forward again, be a couple of yards short of the first down as he tripped up over some of the Titan interference that was down on the ground. Ciofele getting a hand on him as well.
As good as Norcross is, he was a little bit underrated, and that confirmed what we saw
Yeah.
the other week. I made sure that we made some adjustments on our rankings after that.
He rose up in your poll, did he?
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
We go under the 3-minute mark of the third quarter, and Camas on the march again. Back come the heavies. I don't know if it's fair to call this a wildcat. Maybe we should call it the elephant formation or the rhino. That might be better. WIAA just out there. Yeah, it's a awe-inspiring thing to watch.
Yeah, it's the most non-secretive
I like that,
thing.
the rhino.
The rhino?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that better than the elephant.
You're good with the...
Because the rhinos can move. First down at the 26-yard line. Every defender in the county says, you tackle him. No, you tackle him. Back to their set again. Beasley in the backfield on a first down from the 26. Titans showing a little bit of pressure. Play action, a great ball handling, and the corner is wide open for Hennessy.
Oh.
Down to the 15-yard line. And Camas has it again. It's like Michael DiGenova fell on top of it.
DiGenova is another kid that's done a lot.
Well, and he really gets hidden in the scheme of things. He just doesn't get a chance to get many touches, and he's equally talented.
Yeah, I really like him.
Here come the Rhinos. About 3 there. Norcross looking over. I don't know why he's got to look to the sideline for a play call. unless they're telling him what snap count. It's the same play every time. All right, we'll see if they go to a different hole though. He did say something to WIAA.
Off tackle left.
Yep, they went to the right side, crossed him up.
Crazy.
And he'll go inside the 5-yard line. So, yep, they had to wave him to the right direction that time. That's one of the few times we've seen him go to that side, because remember when we watched it at Skyview, they ran it with an unbalanced line a lot of the time too.
Well, each week you're going to see that. So, I mean, you're able to prepare for it, but, I mean, how are you going to stop it?
Cross it up, and, how are you going to stop it?
You know?
3rd and goal to go. And a timeout called by Camas. Evidently, after going left and then right, they can't figure out which direction to go next. They run out of options. We'll see what they come up with here. And you know what? Just once, snap it to WIAA and see if somebody can tackle him, huh?
I don't think it's happening.
No, 1:09 to play here in the third quarter. And the Camas Rhino attack has them on the edge of the goal line. I like that.
The Rhinos versus the Titans.
Yeah. It's better than Wildebeest. I mean, that's just not appropriate.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere with the Wildebeest.
You remember when we were out at Camas too, WIAA is the player who in pregame at Camas comes out and leads the team in the Maori War Chant and the stomping too. So
very enthusiastic.
Yeah. All right. The seconds are out. 3rd and goal from the 3. Has Eagle in motion now. They fake the fly sweep to try to stretch it. Norcross slamming forward is short. Ball loose. Everybody's waving. Union says they have it. No one has signaled yet. Too much complexity on that play, Jordan.
Yeah.
4th down, one official just signaled. Yep. 3. Oh, no, wait, he pointed the other way. All right, finally, after they get 2 that they fall back on in goal line situation, Norcross lost the ball. A little bit more than they've run out of that set before. But again, to be honest, it's not all that damaging to the Papermakers. You've got your own opponent bottled up inside their 5-yard line.
This is where they want them right now.
Yeah.
With this pursuit.
Would have been potentially the killer touchdown had they put it in.
Yep.
But they didn't. But the Titans have to come up with something now with a minute to play, literally, in the third quarter. I formation, and they got to try to punch it out. Left side, and the Papermaker defense there in a hurry. Colton Dowd, first man to make contact with Leon Ciafele. And they'll give him a couple of yards on that one. Camas defense pitching a shutout here through 3 quarters.
Bryce Evans is another very talented kid for Union that we haven't heard a lot about tonight, but he can get the job done as well.
Trips right formation and a single setback now. Little scrambling by Camas to get players and personnel in position. And they're going to throw from out of the end zone. Up for grabs and just incomplete, and that was almost disaster. And there's Eagle, the first guy to the ball again. That
just very good defense.
Hearts and throats right there.
Yeah.
Eagle and Jack Beal were both there for the Papermakers, well in front of the intended receiver. So now you're faced with 3rd and long. What are you going to do? Are you going to concede it? Are you going to try another throw again? The passing attack has not been there so far tonight downfield. They will go trips again. Ciafele in for the protection as well. Camas showing blitz off the corner. Henry buys time with the rollout, and it's up long. Man open is Henry.
Oh.
And there's Eagle, read it perfectly and made the interception. He literally baited them into that pass and made the pick.
So impressive. Zach Eagle. I mean, that's why we got him ranked as one of our top DBs in the state. The kid's just freaky speed.
Wherever the ball is, he's there.
Yeah, he's a stud. That was a good throw by Nolan, too.
It was. He thought he had a man open, and I think Eagle literally laid off it and dared him into the throw.
Yep.
Made the break, and the Papermakers have it at the Union 43-yard line. And as Paul Valencia from the Columbian points out, that's probably better than the punt they might have gotten out of the end zone, to be honest. So good point there. But they're on the plus side again. Union showing some pressure. Underneath Eagle, well defended that time, and Cowham dragged him down immediately after the catch. They looked to Beasley on the bubble route, and that was covered, and Cowan defended well.
Haven't seen that yet tonight, have we?
3 quarters gone. Camas with the ball. They have controlled much of the game as Union has not been able to get its offensive attack on track. 1 quarter to go. Camas looking to extend the undefeated season and take over undisputed first place in the Greater St. Helens League. At the end of 3, the Papermakers lead the Titans 15-0. You're watching Friday Night Football on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. One quarter to go for unofficially the top spot in Southwest Washington. And the Camas Papermakers are a quarter away from claiming those bragging rights for this portion of the season. Beasley on a run, flag thrown, and this play will come back. Camas 15, Union nothing as we open the 4th quarter.
Camas just gets better as the game goes along.
They do have that tendency, don't they, to just kind of wear you down.
Yes.
Illegal use of hands against the Papermakers. this many weeks into the season, Jordan, how much of that is conditioning? How much of that is confidence? Why do they seemingly have a better advantage at doing that than other teams?
Well, the fact that they're doing it at all and as young as they are is the most impressive thing in my opinion. And their ability to, have kids that rotate in and have talented kids like Huber and some of those other linemen that can come in, to give them a spell is big. So I think moving forward, if we're talking about winning a title, that's what's going to get them over the hump.
Ball gets spotted back at the 49-yard line of Camas. And a 2nd and 18 from there. A little quick out route. Good blocking downfield as they get the corner for Eagle. And he'll get more than half of that back.
Mr. Eagle all over the place.
I mean, he's got the good wheels. But, again, it's so well schemed, too, though, Jordan. Maloney, a simple block to hold the corner, and there it is.
Yeah, the Camas play calling is definitely on point.
Need to get to the Union 33-yard line, and they'll go trips here. Mesh run to Beasley, busts through the hole. He'll be about 2 yards short. And again, you look, there's a defense packed in. Everybody's keying on the one run back, and yet they still find that crack for him to get through. 4th down, and the Rhinos are coming back out. At least WIAA's there. Yep, Norcross is there too.
Camas just has so many different options with the big boys running the ball, or you can go Zach Eagle, you can go Dylan White if you need a 6'6" kid. They just got a bunch of different options.
That is true. They have personnel that'll get them in a lot of spots.
Yep.
White to the bottom of your screen here. Long 3 for the Rhinos. And Norcross hanging onto the ball, just got by a tackler there and turned the corner and picked up the 1st down. Looked as though they had him strung out. And I don't know. I think I just like him on the direct snap more than the fly motion. Because if you're going to run that fly now, you're going to ask a guy who's not a ball handler to make that interchange.
Mm-hmm. Keep it simple and let him do what he can do. I mean, Norcross, WIAA, Huber, Beasley, Eagle, White. It's just how many, the kids are just, they're loaded. And most of them are juniors.
Grimstead, who helped out on the tackle, limps off the field. So he was shaken up. Officials called timeout to let him get off the field. .29-yard line for this set of downs. Hennessy all day long. Throws the intermediate and throws it to a catchable spot for Eagle. He'll be a couple yards short of the 1st down. Good patience that time by Hennessy to allow Eagle to shake free.
Hennessy had 13 touchdowns and 5 picks coming in tonight, so overall pretty good numbers. But I think with his feet and his overall athleticism, you and I both see what he can do, what his potential is all about.
That looked like a little ad lib on the pattern to you. I think they broke it back outside after the original route.
Yeah, he made a good adjustment.
Little mesh exchange. Beasley, good support coming up from the secondary to bring him down. As Evans came up with that tackle, they'll spot him at the 19, and it's going to be close. They'll now move it back about a half yard from the original spot, and it'll be a 3rd down situation. Zach Eagle now 10 catches, 121 yards. Our thanks to Paul Valencia, the Colombian, for that stat. Paul very accommodating, putting up with our crew here tonight, and we're kind of making things close and comfortable in the press box tonight here in Vancouver. Norcross left side, drives with the legs, carries tacklers inside the 15-yard line, and he'll have a 1st down there. He had Ensley on his back, and he had Mason Proudfit on his back, and he just kept going.
We haven't seen anybody stop it, not this game or the game before, so why would you stop doing it?
True.
Union and Skyview are by far the top teams they've played, too.
Now Federal Way is going to know about it, too. Of course, anybody watching us on PlayOn Sports and WIAA.com will know about it. Remember, you can always watch this game whenever you want to, so every coach around the country can scout it if they want. Always on demand at PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. And you can go to YouTube and look for the PlayOn Sports channel. See hundreds of games from around the country anytime you want. Juggle and incomplete as that one went through the hands of the 2nd tight end. That was Michael DiGenova on the attempt and dropped the ball. So 2nd and 10 here, and they're already well within the field goal range should they need it. Over the middle, high juggled, incomplete, and Eagle hands to helmet. DiGenova and Eagle kind of in the same neighborhood, probably shouldn't have been there, but that's one you might want to burn onto a DVD because you're not going to see that too often.
Yeah, I thought Bryce Evans was going to light him up right there, but he
that could have been part of it too, yeah. Smart play by Evans.
Yeah.
So they've taken a couple of shots toward the end zone here and come up empty. Can pick up a first down at about the 3.5-yard line. Ball bobbled by Hennessy, stripped away from him, and then he falls on it. Well, they have not been as clean and crisp in this second half.
Nope. As
they've put the ball on the ground 4 times now in this half and recovered 3 of them.
Still a 2-possession game, though. 15-point game. So
well,
this would make it a.
This will make it a 3. Yeah. Yep, that's true with the 2-point conversions before. So he's hit from 41. This one from 39, again off the left hash, the preferred side for a right-footed kicker. And it's blocked. Took a little bit of time. Out to the 30-yard line, and the Titans keep themselves in the game. Looked like he got a little bit of a late snap and a little bit of a low kick.
Yeah, Union's going to need a break here. They're going to need some trickery or something.
You've got to put 2 touchdowns on the board in 7+ minutes.
Gets one of the best defenses in the Northwest.
Yeah. Don't have to get it all in one play, but they are going to have to move the ball down the field. Camas scrambling a little bit late. A little option pitch look here, and nowhere to go. Ciafele is met by 5 jerseys. Eagle the first man there.
I think this is where Camas thrives. This is where these guys show what they can do.
Turn them loose a little bit, yeah. Yep. Field position, score, and time all in their favor right now. Ciafele remains the setback. Cowan coming to the bottom of the screen this time. Evans to the top. Under pressure, nowhere to go, ran right into the tackler, and he'll be dropped for another loss.
WIAA got a ridiculous push right there, pushed 2 guys into the backfield and made the tackle right there. That is just pure power, athleticism, whatever you want to call it.
I just pulled his helmet off. The officials signal for a timeout and tell WIAA, you took your helmet off, you got to go. So he'll step out.
It's very, very impressive.
I think he had to take his helmet off to show everybody who it was. He's got his bushy orange mane as well.
It's hard not to after
yeah,
that play.
Well,
right
the
there.
shoes are enough, yeah. Jordan Payne into the secondary, actually at a backer spot now for the Papermakers. 3rd and a ton. Henry running right towards tacklers again, and a big hit. Maloney with the shot on Cowan. Fans a little bit upset, but in all honesty, Jordan, I'm not sure there's.
It was a good hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cowan's a big kid too. He's not like he's a 6'4", 200-pound kid. So, he just took a good shot.
Got him in stride. And he'll be helped off the field now, but it's a 4th down situation. Here's your other problem. The kid who just got hurt, that's your punter.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Yeah, so they're going to have, well, they aren't going to take the timeout. They're going to go ahead and bring in the backup kicker, and that's Henry.
Nolan's a good kicker, too.
Yeah. Dylan White and Zach Eagle back deep. for the Papermakers. Now White will creep back up as they've usually had single setback. Henry, the quarterback, on to punt. They'll go the up back and run the fake, little inside Ciafele, but it's just, you're asking him to go about a half mile with few blockers, and boy, if I'm going to run a gimmick there, I've got my quarterback back there. I don't know.
Yeah,
that was a tough one to ask.
That's tough.
And Camas gets the ball in just outstanding field position out the 21-yard line.
Yeah, you don't see that every day.
Yeah. Tough position. You know that you kick it away, you've almost taken your chances, but that was, I don't know, that was a tough one to ask there. You made the initial little cross, but after that he's out on his own, and that's a tough one to pull that many yards from. So the Papermakers will have it here. Huber in at the running back position, takes the handoff, and he'll get about a yard or so, and a lot of that, to be real honest, is inconsequential to Camas right now as they just want to wind the clock.
You see a lot of people stripping the ball right now for obvious reasons.
Camas 6-0. Union 5-1. Their only loss, a non-league game to Portland's Jesuit High School, a standout in the state of Oregon.
Who's actually losing tonight to Southridge of Beaverton.
Wow, which is a sub-500 team.
Jesuit was down
Interesting.
26-14 in the third.
Now, we should, too, for our viewers who've been with us, remind folks that they are without A.J. Glass, their outstanding running back and linebacker.
Yep.
Wide open corner for Hennessy on the boot, and he will stroll into the end zone. Ball popped loose, but they already say he crossed the goal line. It is a 20-yard touchdown run for Riley Hennessy, and that one should just about do it.
Riley showing off that athleticism that he has.
Second rushing touchdown of the year for Hennessy is all, but the folks over on the far side in the visiting stands packed with Camas Papermaker fans, and boy, do they turn out home and road when they're around Clark County. And they are celebrating. Alcabendis on again to make it 22 here. Good field of the snap by Eagle that was high, and the kick is good. So a little more than 5 minutes to go, and the home fans are getting a little quieter right now.
Yeah. Camas brought the house. Really can't say enough good things about what they do. Offensively, defensively, the community support, you name it.
Camas finishes out the season with Heritage and Battleground. Heritage in the second division of the Greater St. Helens League, and Battleground was playing well, but at last check, they did lose tonight, didn't they, to Heritage? That was a final. So Battleground now with 2 conference losses. So Camas in the driver's seat for the Greater St. Helens League championship and the number 1 seed from the region to the postseason. Union finishes up with Evergreen, and then we'll be with you with this Union Titan team in 2 weeks when they go cross town to the Kiggins Bowl, just off of I-5 in beautiful downtown Vancouver, to take on the Skyview Storm in what has traditionally been the Greater St. Helens League number 1 rivalry game in the last 4 or 5 years. If you're not familiar with Camas, they were a Class 3A team until this year, and they are making their entry into 4A look rather successful here in 2012. Alcabendis set to kick once again. And this one deep in the end zone, almost 7 yards back, and it'll be another touchback.
It's going to be really tough for Union to put any points on the board
Yeah.
here.
I mean, they've really not had a chance at the end zone in the ball game.
Yeah, it's just not conducive. I mean, the Camas defense flies around, and they pretty much know what Union's going to do. So it's, especially right now, the weather the way it is, it's just very tough.
And as you pointed out, they're mostly juniors.
Yep.
Titans with 4 in the pattern now. They've got to open things up and try. Good pickup, so there's time there for Henry. Throws an underneath route that's going to get almost nowhere as Cowan gets about a yard, but a late flag will move it up.
Nolan Henry's going to have an outstanding career at Union. He's a very, very talented quarterback. We have him ranked the number 2 quarterback for the class of 2015 in the state of Washington behind Ross Bowers. So he's a kid we're going to see multiple times over the next couple of years, and just a very talented athlete.
And Union will have plenty of kids back as well. I mean, we're not writing this season off for either team, mind you, but both these teams are going to be good down the road.
Yep.
Very strong programs. Contact to the helmet and the penalty against Camas. That'll add 15, and this is, I think, as far out. If I'm not mistaken, this is as deep as Union's been on offense in the second half.
I think you're right.
I'm pretty sure.
And once again, Camas just goes on lockdown mode in the second half, regardless of who they're playing.
Ensley, the motion man. And it is Ensley. And a late flag thrown at the end of that one. Remember that we had a unsportsmanlike in the Camas Skyview game late as the Papermakers got a little loose.
Yeah, I don't think there's any love lost.
No.
Here.
Oh, no. This is a grudge match. These two schools, these two school areas, personal foul against Camas, literally butt up against one another.
Mm-hmm.
Union in the extreme east of the Evergreen School District and the edge of that district right up against Camas. So into Camas territory for the first time in the second half.
I don't think you're going to see a better defense at the 4A level than Camas, so you can take that as a good thing.
Henry, a good wheel around. Ciafele getting enough of a block. They go long, and a late adjustment, and Eagle called for pass interference. Maloney there as well. Looked as though Eagle got a reach around on the hand. It might have been for Maloney for not ever turning around on the coverage.
I think Eagle covers more ground than any kid I've ever seen.
He covers more ground than FedEx. The Titans will take the penalty. Officials are holding him back. Now they got to move the sticks down. That's why. So 3 consecutive penalties.
Getting a little sloppy
and we don't say this to be cynical, but I think those 3 straight penalties are probably more than what they've generated on offense.
Yeah.
In the second half.
Union
they spotted at the 30. Trips to the right side. Ensley will be the wide man now out to the line of scrimmage. Henry with no protection, right side. Ball knocked free. It's sitting there on the carpet. Battle for it, and the Papermakers have it. It's DeGenova with it at the 46-yard line. That was just a straight shot. Again, we've talked about them coming off that blind corner, and there was no protection.
Nothing. Just left wide open.
So
Camas has done a good job. I mean, Nolan is as good as he is. He's still a sophomore, and Camas has brought the house.
And every time Union gets even a sniff, even a hint of some success offensively, Camas comes up with a play.
Yep.
46-yard line for the Papermakers, and 4.5 minutes to go between them and a victory that would move them to the top of the league standings with a 3-0 mark. Beasley. And these are those situations, as we saw late against Skyview, too, where if you break a first line of containment, you could go a long way also.
Yep.
Because the Titans are going to have to gamble. They're going to have to take some shots here.
Yep.
Just 2 for Beasley on that one, and a 2nd and 8.
I think Union's done a pretty good job of keeping Beasley under control tonight.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he went kind of wild against Skyview. We saw him a few weeks ago. So.
Yeah, well, they've, for the most part, kept the Camas offense in a lot more check.
Mm-hmm.
But barring some big change here, that Union Skyview game is going to be for second place bragging rights.
Yep.
Hennessy under pressure and gets drilled first time tonight. And the Titans did take that blitz gamble and come in and make a great shot.
Matt Reeves.
Yep.
Coming in right there. Big kid, 6'1", 220.
Brought him from the Sam side linebacker that time. Pretty good speed as well. So a 3rd and 17. Again, Camas not so concerned with picking up a first down as they are continuing to run clock. Beasley stays inbounds. Nope, they let him take him out of bounds. So it'll bring up a 4th down. Going to be a 4th and about 5, and we'll see what the Papermakers elect to do here. Do they bring in the heavies? They got to go 4, or do they bring in the punt team? And I think they're going to go ahead and settle for the punt team this time and let the defense go back to work one more time.
Why not?
Alcabendis is out. And we could see Alcabendis' leg here as well. You've seen him as a kicker. Let's see what he does here. A bit of a high snap. No pressure at all, and he gets a line drive off. Titans will run away from it. It'll be a touchback, and Union will have the ball at the 20 with 3:04 to play.
I think Union and Skyview are both, very talented ball clubs, but matchup-wise versus Camas, there's just a lot of quirks in there that don't allow them to, get the points on the board necessary.
And you're right. It's just, we don't think about it so much at the high school level. It's little one-on-one matchups. Mm-hmm. There isn't anybody who quite has the moves and the speed to stay with Eagle. Mm-hmm. There isn't anybody who can shift and cover Beasley every single play. There isn't somebody who can defend a Norcross or a White on a pass. Yeah. They do have some great matchups. White, who was injured, didn't dress in the Skyview game, and he's back in defense now, dropping back deep along with Eagle. And another underneath pass thrown. Henry comes up, hobbling a little bit, and there's a flag on the play as well, holding against the Titans.
Camas just does a great job of keeping everything in front of them. They do not allow people to get back.
Most of the routes in the second half have been those little outs.
Yep.
They just have not been able to strike downfield. Got the pass interference call last time on the long ball. A bit of a surprise. Fans filing out from the Camas side of things. Guess they're going to get back over to Topburger so they can get tables.
All of them.
Yeah. They'll take the penalty, move it back to the 8-yard line. Again, they've got 2 deep back at the 30-yard line. Good call by the Titans to run a draw and see if Fele will take it up, get very close back to the original line of scrimmage. Watching that time, and you talk about playing safety defense, White and Eagle backpedal till they're about in the opposing end zone.
Side note out of Oregon, Jesuit, the team we were just talking to, just lost 26-21 to Southridge.
That'll move them down in the rankings.
Yep.
Cowan, again, a little short out, and they'll get to the 25-yard line, but it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 situation there. And 5 yards at a pop is not going to help the Titans right now either.
Nope.
Papermakers flip the defense around. White out now. They'll run the draw again, and coming off the blocks, Union's line not doing a good job that time, and the Papermakers able to fill in the gaps and make the stops there.
I think
Colton Dowd, first guy to get there.
Shutout's important for Camas right now.
Yeah. You want to have a little pride with that, have a little bit more bragging rights.
Mm-hmm.
Mason Sumter also in on the tackle. 4th down now, and 10 yards to go for the Titans. Take a shot at it, trips to the right side. Under pressure again on the rollout. The Papermakers know right where he's going to go. They strip the ball away. Doesn't matter either way. It's Camas ball. Papermakers come out of the stack with the ball. It doesn't really matter because they would have gotten it there regardless of who fell on it. And Camas will have the ball and be able to go to victory formation now as they take over on downs, on the fumble, your choice.
very, very impressive tonight, Camas.
It has been a good performance. They'll get into the tight formation. Hennessy taking a knee, and they'll wind the clock.
After seeing Camas once again, I mean, like I said, I had him ranked number 2 and Fedway number 3, and I definitely would stick by that after seeing this tonight. So very impressive.
And it's, you know, with all 3 of those teams throwing Skyline into that hopper too, it's going to matter on which team hits some of the intangibles on a night. That'll make the difference.
Skyline's got that tradition, obviously, so it'll be interesting.
It's a little ways down the road yet, but it's going to be an interesting playoff season.
Yeah.
One more snap will do it here. Camas is going to move to 7-0. Well, the offense for Camas, I think, about where you thought they would be points-wise. The defense, surprising everybody a little bit. Nobody anticipated a shutout. Last snap of the ball game, and the Camas Papermakers will start the celebrating at McKenzie Stadium. Camas, in its first year as a 4A school, has taken command of the Greater St. Helens League Class 4A race with 2 weeks to go. The Papermakers remain undefeated in league play as they knock off the Union Titans by a score of 22-0. We'll come back and wrap things up, give you our players of the game, and much more from McKenzie Stadium in Vancouver right after we take this time off. You're watching PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
Back at McKenzie Stadium in Vancouver, the Camas Papermakers and their fans out on the field. A little bit of a team meeting as well, but the kids are out to celebrate. Camas remaining undefeated as they move to 7-0 with a 22-0 shutout of Union. And to be honest, Jordan, I think that defensive performance might even outshine the work of the offense tonight.
Camas is the real deal. You know, we're gonna see these kids most likely playing in the Tacoma Dome in late November, and
You can give them big heads early if you do that now.
But. I mean, just speaking the truth. So I think Camas is legit, and I think they got, the kids to do it. So Zach Eagle tonight, I know, was very, very impressive on both sides of the ball. 10 catches, 121 yards, and an interception. So
yeah, and a key pick too.
Yeah.
I think we'd both agree he'd have to be our player of the game.
Absolutely. Just as you brought up over the last few weeks, for the 5'9" kid, he plays like he's 6'2" and just covers a lot of ground. So very impressive.
Yeah, he's just got such great field sense too. Just has the smarts there. So Union, Evergreen next week, a team that has not fared very well this season. And then we'll be back here on PlayOn Sports and WIAA.com in a couple of weeks for the other big rivalry game in the Vancouver and Southwest Washington area, Union against Skyview, and two teams that know each other very, very well there.
Two top 10 teams or should be top 10 teams are right around there. And, kudos to Camas for, for laying the wood and taking care of both of them.
And not to take away from what Camas did, but let's think about that game in 2 weeks. That game suddenly becomes a whole lot larger because you lose that one. Now you're a number 3 team out of your league, hoping to get in and get a decent spot. You're probably going to travel. You're probably going to go against a pretty good powerhouse. Yes, you're a good team, but it still makes your road through the playoffs a whole lot more difficult.
Yeah, Union and Skyview, both legit football teams that can make a run in the playoffs. So that right there in itself is going to be huge. That's a kind of a championship in its own way. So that'll be fun.
Final score in this one, the Camas Papermakers remain undefeated. The number 2 team in the state of Washington moves to 7-0 as they shut out the Union Titans. First time Union has ever had a shutout thrown at them in the history of this relatively young school in Vancouver. But our final again, Camas 22 and Union nothing. Our thanks as well to Paul Valencia of the Vancouver Columbian for stats and information. For Jordan Johnson and our crew, I'm Todd Pickett. We will see you in 2 weeks for our last Southwest Washington regular season game, Union against Skyview. Until then, thanks for joining us here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. From Vancouver and